Okay, folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. And yes, I need to get away from the McCain. We have days. I just wanted to say, is it too soon? No, because we must immediately do what we have to do to combat the mainstream media trying to lead people that this man was greater than Ronald Reagan. And this is the definition of a true American hero and a conservative maverick. And this guy is so awesome. We have to be careful with that. We talked about the vote. The one thing in 2010, he may have lost in 2008, but Republicans in 2010, you regained the House. And I don't know, I don't have time to go in this. I guess the thing that I can thank John McCain for, and it's not his service, and it's not anything else, is I'm going to ask the control room to guess what picture I want now. The one thing, there you go. Nice job. Let me put my glasses on, because that's something I want to look all the way across the room, make sure I can see. Sarah Palin. I know, like her, dislike her, whatever. Sarah Palin, the former governor of Alaska, that actually could see Alaska from her house, that they don't laugh now. They remember Katie Couric, was it Katie Couric that cornered her and said, "What's your daily reading list?" Aha! We got you. Okay? Well, Republicans, you hater, lover, whatever, you can thank her for 2010. Period. America rejected John McCain, but not Sarah Palin, whether you believe it or not. Okay, so take Sarah Palin off of there. Let me go over this quickly. The media is spinning this in a whole different way. Obviously, 24 years, much more than 24 years, and you know I have done segments called 24 years of failed policy. That was failed policy by George W. Bush, failed policy by Bill Clinton first, failed policy, George W. Bush for 8 years, and Barack Obama where it comes to North Korea. And the President of the United States is being judged in increments of 90 days, okay? They're treating him like the new employee, all right? New employee that at a 90-day review with North Korea when they've given the deep state 24 years to handle it. So Trump is not happy with what's going on, okay? And it's the wrong guy. Trump sent out a tweet, forget the media, the President of the United States sent out a tweet 2 days ago. I have asked Secretary of State Mike Pompeo not to go to North Korea at this time because I feel we are not making sufficient progress with respect to denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Let's see if I can say that again. Denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Additionally, because of much tougher trading stance with China, I do not believe they are helping with the process of denuclearization as they once were, despite the UN sanctions which are in place. Folks, President Trump said, I'm not caving, okay? I'm not caving on my trade. I'm not caving to China. China's not going to tell us what to do. China is pushing some buttons in North Korea. And let me tell you what President Trump did. He let North Korea know, you messed up. No, I'm not going to send Pompeo back. You think I'm going to send Pompeo back and you leave him out front and then send out some propaganda pictures, Pompeo, and our media can't wait. Our enemy of the state, enemy of the people, our media, the enemy of the people, will not be able to wait long enough to show pictures of our Secretary of State Mike Pompeo sitting out in the lobby there in North Korea, okay, waiting as Kim Jong-un is off doing whatever. It's not going to happen. And let me tell you something, Kim is nervous. He showed North Korea he's serious, and at the same time he showed China he's serious. So China, you're not going to help me? You're going to fight over trade? Okay. I'm serious. North Korea, you gonna play games? And play games? Really? I'm serious. So that's what's happening. Don't believe the media. Now, a couple more pictures before we close. We don't have a lot of time. ABC, they did get... Now, I did enjoy... I did enjoy one side of this, that McCain switched the morning narrative. And I'm not for sure if that's a bad thing for the media and the Democrats. I think the polling is showing that the Democrats do not have anything, and the polling is showing that people really, this Paul Manafort, Michael Cohen, and Pecker from the National Enquirer, and the other guy, I forget his name, the CFO, former CFO of Trump organization, it's not resonating. It's not catching like they thought. Seriously, it's not. They were for sure. McCain was a gift. I know some things that I say are going to really irritate you. McCain could not have died at a better time for them. I know. Throw it through the window at me, okay? But here's what they did. Let's look at this. Now, let me look at this. I'm gonna give you two pictures I want. I want the one that says Poll 1. NBC, Poll 1. There's two of them, but I want number 1 first. Okay? Now, NBC didn't know what to do. See, they were for sure that the darkest day, Hell Week, the bloodiest hour, I mean, all the headlines. Cohen flipped. Manafort, 8 out of 10 charges. Okay? They were for sure. This drove Trump double digits down. I mean, this was for sure that his base would abandon him. This is for sure that you would tune in this morning and even me, BKP, I'd say, hey, folks, we need to find, let's pull the ripcord and jump from this plane or Trump train, whichever one. It's tuck and roll. We got to jump out the back and roll. They just knew this was it. Everyone, right? So NBC did a poll, and this has blown them away. So August 18th through 22nd, Trump's approval rating, according to their poll and who they asked, 46%, 51% disapprove. But Cohen and Manafort, and this collapse has to double digits. I mean, they were so excited. But what happened? Put up poll number 2. Poll number 2, August 22nd through 25th, after the Cohen, after the Manafort, after the darkest week, after the ugliest day, after the bloodbath in the West Wing, all the above headlines. Well, hell, Trump said within the margin of error of the first poll. Approval, 44. Disapproval, down 1.52. Well, that didn't work out for us. Could John McCain die? Swear to God, you can get mad at me if you want. We need something else. We need something else. What is it? I mean, it's right here on the tip of my tongue. Well, McCain announced Friday he's no longer going to take cancer treatments. Now, I understand certain things happen a certain way, but it's almost like they came in Thursday and his doctor said, well, I don't think the cancer treatments are working out. It looks as though you're going to die Saturday. Well, let's cancel Friday's treatment. I'm sorry, but that's about what it is. So they popped the champagne. They never run out of champagne over at the deep state media. They popped the champagne. They got a notice Saturday, just in time to prepare all of that. They worked late into the night to switch gears from impeachment, Manafort, Cohen. Now, don't think for 1 minute if that would have been playing in America and this poll didn't come out, if they wouldn't have kicked McCain's death to the curb. I mean, they would have treated McCain like Paul Simon, by the way, which died, which, by the way, I love the Sunshine Boys. Okay? They would have ignored it. Like, I mean, yes, they would have. But yesterday, McCain died just in time for this polling numbers. This disaster for them didn't hit home, and people don't care to switch the conversation. They worked well. They got it just in time Saturday, right? Found out just in time for their producers to get all of the tribute shows ready for Sunday morning immediately. I'm not saying it's that hard to do. They could do that. They could switch a show within a couple hours. I understand. But still yet, came out at the perfect time. Because this is not playing, all right? But they didn't just let it go because they had to be careful with that. So everyone, now CBS did nothing. They did nothing. They did the McCain hour, period. Nothing else. But ABC, NBC, and even Fox News. Let's put up ABC's number 2. I think the picture says ABC number 2. Let's go over this for a minute. All right, when you find it. There you, yeah. Did President Trump commit a crime? That was the opening. Did he commit a crime? So they still put it out there. Let me give you another one. Now let's put up ABC Allen. I think I just named it Allen, okay? Now Dershowitz is on there, and, you know, he's telling them I can't find a crime. I can find a lot of things you don't like, you know, good reasons maybe not to vote for Republicans, but a crime I can't find, okay? So let's put up Eric. And I forget Eric's last name. Could Trump face impeachment? All right? And actually, let me get him very quickly there. This is ABC. Go through my morning notes. Let's see. ABC, the polling. This week, Nancy Pelosi. Eric Swalwell. Swalwell, I think his name is, okay? He guaranteed. Now, this guy, Eric Swalwell, I think his name is, he is a Democrat, all right? California Democrat congressman. Guaranteed if they take back the House. Inquiring minds want to know. He guaranteed if they take back the House of Representatives, the Democrats, he guaranteed the American people will see and deserve to know and will see Trump's tax returns. This guy right here goes on there and says if they take back the House, Democrats, he guaranteed, okay? And this guy says he thinks that Trump's tweets are tampering with a witness. And that could be it. See, intent to commit a crime. Now they have intent to commit it. That Trump intended to commit a crime. He didn't commit the crime. He intended to. All right? Okay. So that picture there, that was on there. Let me get back here. Let me give you another one I want up. And give me the picture I have here of Nadler, N-A-D-L-E-R. Okay? Now here's Nadler, all right? Representative Jared Nadler, Democrat from New York. Kept yelling point of order, remember? Ranking member of the Judiciary Committee. You need to keep in mind, all right? If the Democrats win, this guy right here, Jared Nadler, will be in charge of the Judiciary Committee, which will, that's the branch, or the committee that will bring charges of impeachment. Okay? Articles of impeachment against the President of the United States. You got his picture. You better realize that. Okay? That's Nadler. All right. I've only got 20 minutes. Let me get a couple things in place here. One, do you have a picture? Did somebody tell me we have a picture of the Jacksonville, Florida shooting down there. It's amazing to me. Let me look across the room because I can't see across the room. You guys are doing an amazing job this morning. All right, Jacksonville, Florida. And guys, don't hesitate to get on the mic on this one and clear me up because I really don't know. Wait a minute. Let me look at something. Hold on. I really don't know the details. Now, they had a gaming, all right, and I guess we're not going to make any jokes, right? We're not going to make any jokes. First of all, I understand gaming's a big business. I understand kids love to play games. I'm not going to go down that road this morning, but a Madden, a John Madden, God rest his soul, John Madden event competition. So this is a video game competition. Pay attention to this. This is a video game, okay? A John Madden competition. A guy from Baltimore, Maryland didn't make it past the first round, or the playoff rounds. He didn't make it into the playoffs. Whoa. I'm trying to get... So he gets mad. He has a gun. And how many did he kill? How many's dead and injured? Do you have the number?
They're still counting right now. The article that I saw, they're still counting.
Well, I know 2 this morning. He killed himself, but he just got up and he started firing at these people. Folks, it is a video game. Now, a video game contest, he did not make it to the next level and decided to shoot the place up. Folks, we got problems. We got problems, okay? Now, I don't know. I mean, he was so competitive. Is that what's next? Okay, now the other thing that they will not talk about in in the media, because they're busy giving John McCain every award they possibly can for being the greatest man on earth, okay? AJC. Now, here's the way I like to read this. Sorry for this, because I know when I start reading, you all cringe out there. Trust me. When my teacher called on me and asked me to read out loud, I was like, no. 2 in New Mexico compound. Planned attack on Grady Hospital, documents say. I'm missing something. Now, if it's a compound, New Mexico compound, well, that's a wide variety of things, okay? Because what the media wants you to believe, and the reason they won't go a couple steps, is they're not out and out saying it is a radical right-wing extremist compound. It is not a regiment. It is not a militia protected by the Constitution. But if we don't say some words, you may get an impression just passing by this story that it might have been one of those crazy right-wing, radical, extreme militias. So the AJC said 2 in New Mexico compound planned attack. Duo tied to New Mexico compound planned attack on Grady Hospital. Let's just take a second, see what we have here in the first couple paragraphs. Now, when they do ever say anything, they bury it in paragraph 7 or 8. 2 people in a New Mexico compound in which children were allegedly trained to carry out mass shootings had Grady Memorial Hospital as a target, according to prosecutors. Interviews with some of the 11 children removed from the compound this month said Jana Lavilia and partner whatever, who had Metro Atlanta connections. Now, I want you to read Candace. Amanda, please make sure Candace's article is blasted back out all over social media. Okay? These weren't just connections to Atlanta. With connections to Atlanta, indeed, to confront corrupt institutions or individuals, according to a document filed Friday in Taos County, New Mexico, and obtained by the AJC.com. Related charges upgraded from a woman, father, boy found dead in New Mexico. A specific corrupt institution named by one of the children was Grady Hospital, according to the document. Level L expressed her displeasure with Grady due to the treatment and her mother received there, the document said. The couple also planned to shoot or otherwise attack people they failed to persuade with their message, the document showed. Let's see, I'm going to just scan down through here because I'm looking for radical Islamic terrorist organization in our country. Let's see, it's got to be somewhere. Just bear with me. August 13, New Mexico, let's see, prosecutors suffer dangerous illusion. The AJC's entire article, not one time do they talk about being tied to the blind sheikh all the way up in New York. Remember the one responsible, was it the 93 bombing of the basement of the World Trade Center that Bill Clinton gave the opportunity to be tried in court? Not one word in here about these people in New Mexico in a compound. How many more in this country do we have? Not a legal constitutional militia, okay? See, let's not get into that, but a legal constitutional militia that may one day be interested in protecting us from the government. These radical Islamic terrorist compounds are set up to attack us. One possibly defends a government attack. The other is not attacking your government. They're attacking you, your children, your schools, your hospitals, your water supply, your food supply. These are radical Islamic Muslim extremists that want to kill you, do not want to assimilate with you, do not love you, care for you. They were going to attack Grady Hospital. They were training these kids, 11 kids, to become school shooters, and they killed a 3-year-old boy from Georgia. Folks, get it straight, please. Candace's article, I'm going to pop that back out. It is an outstanding article, and just want to make sure. Let's see what else I got here. I want to go through headlines. What happened to Lindsey Graham? Now, my nerves are shot. Okay? My nerves are shot because, well, I'll tell you why. Lindsey Graham is awful complimentary. Now, he'll come out and cry all week over John McCain, but he's awful complimentary over the president. It just shoots my nerves. Okay, we talked about Richard Russell, okay? And this is from the Daily Beast. This is an article I was reading. And when was this written? This was written back in 07, back in 15, July of 2015, okay? And this is the reason I find old articles like this. If you don't think they have been setting this up and this wasn't ready to go, on go that morning, okay? Why does the Senate honor a white supremacist? It's time to ditch Richard Russell for Bob Dole. See, they were going to change it for Bob Dole, right? As I write these words on Monday, the South Carolina State Senate is poised to remove the Confederate battle flag from the Capitol grounds entirely. These developments in the Palmetto State and elsewhere are all positive And of course, it's high time for them. But Confederate battle flags on Capitol grounds do not constitute a more conspicuous, symbolic tribute to white supremacy in our political architecture landscape. No, the symbol I have in mind isn't the founder of Columbia or Montgomery or Baton Rouge or Jackson. It's right here in Washington, 2.6 miles from where I sit typing these sentences. Hey, United States Senate, what in the world are you still doing with a building named in honor of Richard Russell? Okay, that one, all right, they've had it set for a long time, ready to go. Don't forget, John McCain, enough John McCain, all right? Byrd's big prize bringing home the FBI. Okay. Madeline G. Phillips, Executive Director of Harrison County Chamber of Commerce. A wintry day in February 1909 when a man walked in her office and demanded all the information she had about her economically depressed community. Now, I can tell you who I am, the man said, seeking to assure Phillips. But if you have any doubts, call Senator Byrd and tell him a scuzzy little guy is here and he'll tell you I'm legit. Robert Byrd, Robert C. Byrd. Let's see what's on the headlines here of things like the Drudge in the Hill. House GOP efforts to increase female lawmakers falling flat. We'll go over that tomorrow. The Hill's Morning Report. Washington prepares to honor McCain. I told you what will happen. White House flags return to full staff less than 48 hours after McCain's death. Oh, my God. White House. Because they want him half-staffed because they want him to be bigger than Ronald Reagan. They're back at full staff. They're 48 hours, they're at half-staff. Arizona governor faces pressure over McCain's replacement. Juan Williams gaming out the midterms. Okay, some of the things, let's see what the top of the Drudge is before I close. I got a minute. I just want to see if they're still mourning the loss. Gamer turns killer attorney kept to self. Live stream horror. Red laser dot on player. He kept to himself. Wow, okay. Now I've got a couple minutes. Now the President of the United States, okay? It's an attack 7 days a week. 7 days a week. All right? Of something. I mean, I tell you what. Trump is like a Jew trying to get in a country club in the 50s and 60s. Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, a Jew had an easier chance of getting in the country club. He doesn't fit in. He's not one of them. He's not their country club. Well, wait a minute. Trump owns all kinds of country clubs and he owns all kinds of golf courses. Yes, he had to build his own. They wouldn't let him in theirs. So he's a billionaire developer. He's like a Jew trying to get in a country club. Now, I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. Tomorrow, Tuesday on this show, we're going to get into it. But Stacey Abrams appeals to white rural males in Georgia. Did that happen? Because I would tell you something. We're going to look at this. We're only 1 week away from Labor Day, and then next Tuesday, it's nonstop. I mean, it is something to the walls, as they say. Blank to the walls, nonstop to November when it comes to politics. So, obviously, this is a political show, so I talk a lot of politics. But the point is, did you check out the commercials with the white guy from Stacey Abrams? When the white guy said she's going to make a real good governor. You see, here's the thing, and I have to say, Stacey Abrams has not created a white people coalition to help her. But Brian Kemp created a, coalition? A racial diversity, sensitivity, something coalition? What? Really? Just saying. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to go now. We're going to be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. Right here, good morning from the office. Wade to drive in there in the control booth. Awesome job this morning on the show. Don't go anywhere, folks. I mean, it's like a demand, but it is. Don't go anywhere, because after these messages, instant replay with Dave Garner. Instant replay with Dave Garner. Sports show. Highlights. Video interviews, you name it, we do it here. And tonight at 7 o'clock, don't miss on Team FYN Sports Facebook page. I will be there with Union Panthers playback as we highlight the Union Panthers at 7 o'clock tonight. I'm out. Dave is next. Don't leave.